I'm going to make a basket wreath using one of the wood bead wreaths from the Dollar Tree and a placemat. Now, I did get this idea off of Pinterest. I'm going to change mine up a little bit, and I'm going to give a shout out to who I got that idea from. Whenever I borrow an idea, I always want to give a shout out. I saw it on Pinterest, but it looks like the original craft was done by the shabbytree.com. What they did was they combined one of the wood bead wreaths like this, and then they also the placemat. They made theirs a cone shape though. I thought I wanted mine to have a flat bottom to my basket, and so I'm going to change the design slightly to make it the way I want it. So the first thing I did was hot glue this up like this, and that sandwiched the wood bead wreath in there, so I don't need to attach that in another way. So that was helpful. And then I can fold it and then fold each side in like that, creating the basket. I thought that was a great use for these little placemats from the Dollar Tree. This is one of the new colors that is in with the summer section. I think it matches the sea turtle stuff that they have. And well, my store doesn't have it, all disappeared immediately since they don't have shore living this year, and I just glue this on. Now, since there's different layers, I do need to glue them one layer at a time. This is going to be the top layer, and it did take a minute or two for my hot glue to set up between each layer. I just made sure to hold those in place and then glue on the next layer like that until I have this great shape in the front where it kind of, veers down like that and opens up to make plenty of room for greenery for this basket wreath. And this is definitely the easiest basket wreath I've ever put together. The original, again, had theirs in a cone, so it went to a point at the bottom, but I didn't really want that. I really wanted my basket to have a bottom, and folding it also worked to attach the wood bead wreath to the top, which makes a great hanger because it's not a very large wreath, those wood bead wreaths from the Dollar Tree. And so that's what mine looks like so far. I think it looks great. For a hanger, I'm just going to use a little bit of twine here right in the middle of my wood bead wreath there at the top. And now we can fill it up with florals. These are the spikeweed, I think they're called, from the Dollar Tree. I picked them up in a beautiful color of pink and white. I have a little bit more of the pink than the white. I don't have a lot of room for foam in there, so I'm just going to use some moss. I used some reindeer moss on that, and I'm just going to start cutting these apart. Trying to make sure my wire is not too long so they don't stick up too much. But I do have this great basket to fill up with florals. You could fill this up with really any florals that match your color scheme. I really like that light blue green color that the placemat is, combined with the pinks and the whites. And you could even paint your wood bead wreath if you wanted to add a little bit more color, but I thought it would be a lot easier just to leave that natural wood like that, and I think it looks really pretty too. So I just go through and I did a row alternating colors, and I'm going to do a second row here too of flowers just to make it more full. You can see about how much flowers that I needed for this. These are a nice tiny flower from the Dollar Tree, so I thought they'd fit really well in there and make it look really full like that. A lot of my reindeer moss got pushed down a little bit because I used it for filler, so I am going to add a little bit more reindeer moss here in the front and even some in the back just to fill it up, open it up a little bit, make it a little bit more like a basket. This would be really cute for Easter too, if you wanted to fill it up with eggs or something like that. But we're doing it for spring. We're going to do a little spring basket wreath, and I think this turned out so cute. This would look great hanging on your door or even on your wall. I think I'm going to use mine on my wall, maybe in my kitchen area. It looks so beautiful for spring. I love all of their spring florals. I found so many great finds, and I bought a ton of them, even though I probably didn't need any because I have such a flower stash from the Dollar Tree. But the basket wreath idea turned out great, so thank you to the Shabby Tree for the original idea.